What is up, G.I. Joe fans? It's Duke45 here, and we've got a first look at Recoil from the Figure Subscription Service 8.0, shipment number 4. Before we get started here, I just want to send a big shout out to Joe Motion Videos 82. Byron was in the hospital, having some medical stuff done. We're all thinking about you, buddy. We're glad that everything went well and that you're on the recovery. We're looking forward to more of your videos soon. I know a lot of you are on my channel because of Byron. He has, gone out of his way to tell you about my channel, and I really appreciate that. Those of you who somehow are on my channel but aren't aware of it, please check out Joe Motion Videos 82. It's really nice to. I mean, there's lots of excellent G.I. Joe reviewers out there. It's nice to see somebody who is just truly loves the hobby, and that's Byron. He absolutely loves it. He's not one of the people who, spends time, getting into the things that he doesn't like as much as the things that he does like, which is fine too. That's another style, but Byron's channel is a very optimistic look at collecting and just what he loves about it and just what it means to him. And I've always enjoyed his channel, and just wanted to make sure you guys check that out. Again, that's Joe Motion Videos 82. Byron, again, hope you're feeling better, buddy, and we'll talk to you real soon. Now let's get to Recoil. So here is Recoil. This is one of the figures that I was looking forward to the most when I saw the list of figures coming out in the Figure Subscription Service. That's kind of tough to say repeatedly, Figure Subscription Service. Anyway, so let's give you guys a bit of a closer look at him. And we'll start off with the thing that I like to do is, is the helmet removable? Will it pop right off? And yes, it will. He said before removing the helmet. There we go. Okay, cool. So what head is this? That's Lifeline. That's Lifeline, and let's see if we can get you a closer look without any sort of background view to get you a bit more of a zoom there. So anyway, so this is Lifeline with blonde hair, basically. There you go. There's a look at him. Good look. It's definitely a good look. The original figure did not have a removable helmet. His kind of looked not quite like a baseball cap, but it sort of had a rim to it. This helmet is the much maligned Retaliation helmet. All right, people hate this helmet. They absolutely hate it. It doesn't look cool, I guess. I mean, maybe it kind of looks a little bit like a bicycle helmet, and people want their helmets to look tough or cool or whatever, and this just does not accomplish that. However, these are supposed to be some of the most protective helmets out there for our armed forces and protects them from head trauma and whatnot, so that's why they've used these. We first saw these helmets in the Retaliation line. They were packaged and abruptly thrown out with like the Ultimate Flint, Ultimate Duke. Regardless, here's the helmet that he comes with, and while it doesn't look exactly like the original, it does give us the ability to have a removable helmet. Alright. Now the figure itself, this vest, I didn't see it on any of the other figures that I have. So I'm not saying it's not out there, I'm sure it is, but it's at least not overused. And on the body itself, well, these are parts that are common, not necessarily common together, but these are pretty common. I mean, it looks a lot like the G.I. Joe Steel Brigade, the Cobra Troopers, the modern Cobra Troopers, not the 25th, but like the 30th and Dollar General. Which are good parts. Don't get me wrong, they're actually good parts. But the arms, again, these are the arms that we've seen several times before. And they're good arms. I'm not saying you need to have new parts with everything, but overall, it is a nice part selection, even if they are parts that we've seen before. This vest does come off in the torso. That looks a lot like, well, I just say Retaliation Flint. That's the most common one that I refer to. But it's the same thing for like the Cobra Troopers. But that's the one that you get, which looks good. The vest is removable. Since this isn't really a full review, I'm not going to get into that and take it off and everything, but that is the vest that he's rocking. And let's take a look at those boots. Nice brown boots. So the color scheme in those brown they match the gloves here. The color scheme, we've got a green on green on green type thing going. We got the dark green, which is on the pads, the straps, the vest, the shoulder areas, and then you've got a slightly, well, not slightly, it's a bit lighter, a lighter pattern all throughout, and then you've got this other one which I'm not sure if the camera can pick up, but there is another even lighter green which maybe you can kind of see in the back here, that finds its way throughout the figure. And then you've got this white with a touch of green afterwards, and that is with a breakdown. Now what I like about this is, well, I like the color green first of all, but we don't really have other figures that match this particular color scheme. So if you put this on a shelf, which is, I mean, for me, my collecting is putting these on a shelf, taking pictures of them. That's what I like. So things like, you know, bad card art or whatever don't really bother me as much as putting something on the shelf which just doesn't look like it belongs, or it just doesn't look like something that is supposed to be there, which I guess is the same thing as doesn't belong. But anyway, it doesn't look like G.I. Joe. That's the stuff that bothers me in these. This looks like G.I. Joe, even though we don't see this color pattern repeated on other figures. I liked the Recoil figure originally when I was a kid, so it was nice to get this particular one. So I have nothing else specifically on the figure of mention aside from my complaint, and that is the camo. So we've got digital camo on the torso, right? But on the upper arm here, and to me, I'm thinking this is a bit of a QC thing. Upper arm, it switches back to a traditional camo. All right, can you see that? You got traditional camo, and then the forearm goes back to digital. On the legs, you got some traditional, and on the other leg, you've got digital. Now, what I'm thinking is, and I'll get to this, is that there was some sort of a mix-up, because remember that other green I mentioned that's a very faint green? I'm starting to think that was the color of the plastic that they maybe didn't get a chance to paint on. And I think it's a bit of a QC issue, honestly. I don't think it's intentionally meant to have digital mixed with traditional. You can see it again on the legs here. Let's see if I can get a bit of a close-up look. On the upper right thigh, you can see it's more traditional looking, and on the left you go back to digital. Another reason why I think it's a quality thing is that, here, let's look at the side of the knee pad. There you go, you got some overspray right there. Overspray on the knee pad. I'll bend the knee to give you, see if that helps. There's some, yeah, overspray on the knee pad. The open knees with a double joint doesn't really show any other types of colors or spray in there, but I'm thinking that this was supposed to all be digital and they just kind of messed that up. I don't know if everybody's figure looks like that, but mine does. On this knee, same thing. You got a little tiny bit of overspray there, not as much as on the other one though. So that's my only issue that I have with the figure, is the fact that there's two types of camo. I don't know if that's consistent with everybody else's Recoil figure, but that is what is with my Recoil figure. Now, the backpack. Oh yeah, you know what this is. We got Falcon's backpack, complete with antenna, which will be lost at some point, and the knife which fits in. Nice, I like that. We have this. Now he's a long-range reconnaissance trooper. So he's got all kinds of recording equipment, spy equipment, and that's what this stuff is. This, I assume, is that. I don't know the name of it specifically, but I can count on somebody in the comment section to tell me, because you guys are awesome, and you've always been able to tell me what stuff is when I don't know. So anybody is able to properly identify what this is and what its purpose, I would love to know. He also has, you got your rifle, assault rifle. Even though according to his file card, long lerps, as they call them, usually don't need to use their weapons because they're so sneaky. And then we've got this, and I don't know if this is upside down or if this is upside down. But he's got this, and on the card art, he's holding this with his hand. So I don't think it's actually a type of gun, even though it looks like a type of gun. I have not seen a gun that looks like this. I would assume it's recording equipment that he's got in order to send information back to Joe headquarters, or, you know, if there's a recce patrol or another squad around that he's supposed to be communicating with. I'm pretty sure that's what this is for specifically. Again, comment section, guys, if you know what this is, let me know. Figure stand, and then the last accessory is on him still, and that is a pistol. He has a black pistol in the pocket on his right leg, removable, so if he wants to. And man, this baby is tiny. put that in my hand. That, look at that, look, I think I lost it already. I think I actually lost the, okay, I found it. All right, anyway. That's ridiculous, actually. I'm looking to see if I have a figure that's got a pistol handy, just to give you a size comparison as I look on the shelf. So here, I'll stand up recoil real quick, and I'm sure I've got somebody around here that's got a pistol in the pocket. All right, so Airwave, he has one in his ankle here. Pop that one out, and that is a small pistol. That Airwave's pistol is a small pistol, and it is bigger than Recoil's, so that's going to be easily lost. Be careful with that. All right, let's push this aside and get to the card art for you guys to take a look at. I know people love card art. Here is card art. Good job. I like it. It's well done. It would really, I'll be honest, it really would have to be bad for me to criticize art, because I have no artistic ability whatsoever. So I have a hard time feeling like I'm in a position to tell people that they didn't draw something properly. But I'm impressed with this one. Flip it over. There you go. A bit of a closer look at that. And then the file card. Recoil. So that is a first look at Recoil. I do like the figure. I mean, just in case I wasn't clear about that, I do like the figure. There's things about it that I think maybe should have been done a little bit differently, but that really only lends itself to the quality control, and maybe your Recoil figure doesn't look like this. But I like the accessories. I like what he was included with. I love the removable helmet. I know people hate these, but a lot of you out there have spare helmets that you can put on them that you would prefer to see. But for now, that's all I got. I'll be getting you guys with Overkill probably within the next day or so. Let's take a look at that. Thank you all so much for your support for the channel. For me, it means the world. I am looking forward to continue videos, and we're going to have a vintage figure review coming up real soon to get that kicked off. Anyway, thank you all so much, and until next time, Yo Joe.